we're going to try this again. This is called pressing your luck. So just a quick update, and as expected, a lot of the, let's see if we're refresh this page. Maybe it's coming through, maybe it's not. I don't know. And it is. So here we go. So a quick update for you. And this one's not going to be nearly as long as what we just did a little while ago. But again, why we're on here as opposed to on the TV thing is because of the Olympics. And so we didn't want to interrupt that program, although we have the crawl running there. So here's your quick synopsis of what's going on. First of all, the severe weather. And you see that the only warnings that are left are in the south. And these are a couple of really strong storms. One of them's over Lake Cumberland, right around Burnside. That's going to, you see some of the communities that will be impacted by it. And another one's right over Monticello. Or actually just maybe a little south of Monticello by now. But you got a lot of lightning with that. And again, you're seeing, and the warning just got extended. As we were on here, warning got extended. So again, you're seeing the communities that are involved with that. And again, the BTI number is reasonably high. That's a tornado parameter, tornado index it's in there. But at this point, these are likely just straight line. The problem at this point is that these counties are essentially in kind of a radar no man's land. You are far away from the max track. In fact, you're out of max track Doppler distance, and that's physics, sorry. But you're also a long way from Jackson's radar, and a long way from Louisville's, and a long way from Nashville's. There is a private company that has a radar over in Russell County, but when it's raining on that radar kind of goes to patootie. Just, again, physics. So we'll show you with the Jackson, because here are the warnings. Let's highlight those real quick. Pulaski County, 345. That is for the warnings for the storm over Lake Cumberland. We also have Wayne County until now 4:15. That has been extended for that storm that's sitting near Monticello. That extended to McCreary County until 4:15. Whitley County until 4:15 for that cell here. For these two right here. These are headed that way, so that's why the warning heads there. Now, the northern part of Whitley County, the storms that are up here by Somerset are also headed that way, but I think the warning times are going to be a little different. So for northwestern Whitley County till 3:45, northern McCreary 3:45, very southern tip there of Laurel by Laurel Lake 3:45, and then Pulaski again 3:45. It looks like southern Pulaski is until 4:15 as well for that storm that's over Lake Cumberland near Burnside. So, okay, that's where we are with the severe. The other thing we were talking about earlier, remember we were talking about how the northern flank was going to weaken? Well, it did. And so we still have garden variety storms. It's raining now in Danville. You've got lightning and thunder between Danville and Harrodsburg. So, again, not too far from Lake Harrington. So that, again, just a garden variety storm around Faulkner. That'll be coming up on Harrington Lake here in the next little bit. That'll also clip the northern part of Lincoln County. The storm is south of Eubanks over Science Hill. But again, the strongest storms are to the southwest of Burnside there over Lake Cumberland and over Wayne County there in Monticello. So again, these are headed toward McCreary. Wayne, McCreary, Pulaski, Whitley until 4:15. All right. So that's the setup. I'll run real quick just see what these things are up to. So anything, there was the storm that was over Pulaski a while ago had a little bit of rotation in it, but it was broad and weak. Nothing that stands out. And again, at this, just to give you an idea, I have to look over here, minimize that. We are almost 9,000 feet up. So that's, again, it's tough to see what's going on at the surface, but that, again, it's the physics of the radar. Not quite as high, about 7,000 feet up for the storm there near Lake Cumberland. So that's, again, we'll keep an eye on all these. Straight line winds ought to be everything that we see out of this. And again, not showing a whole lot of shear. There's the radar display from Jackson, but let's put the max track back on here for you. So there's your setup. Again, the severe threat is slowly winding down. Stanford, the storms, you've got, okay, well, and we'll just answer some questions here real quick. So there's Stanford. You've got a garden variety thunder shower coming in there on Stanford. Yes, you have strong winds, probably in the 30 to 40 mile per hour range, which will still move the trees around nicely. Pikeville, no worries. You may have some garden variety storms, but no worries there in Pikeville. Let me go ahead. Oh, wow, there's closed captioning, too. Neat. I don't know how far behind it is. Madison, you may, especially down southern part of Madison County, you might get clipped. And actually, the smaller storm by Stanford. So again, it's showing at least some oomph to it. Let me put the velocities on here real quick for that storm by Stanford. Okay, so we're showing a loft, and that's 35, 40, and this is going to be 4,000 or 5,000 feet up. Actually, maybe closer to 7,000 or 8,000 feet up. I can tell you in a second. For that storm that's near Stanford, that's out 5,500 feet. Is where we're seeing those winds near Stanford. So again, some of that's translating down to the surface. So you may be seeing a 30 or 40 mile per hour gust with that storm near Stanford. So it's strong, no doubt about it. It's strong, but it is not severe. For severe, 57 mile per hour is the threshold. Meanwhile, I have to flip back and forth between. There we are. Estill County, storms are generally going to be passing south of you. Nancy, you've had the storms come through there in western Pulaski County. That's what's over Somerset now and headed toward Lake Cumberland. Corbin, London. Corbin more than London, although London you're going to have this cell coming your way. Right now that's a garden variety cell. When I say garden variety, 30, 40 mile per hour winds, heavy rain, lightning, thunder, but again not reaching severe parameters. Somerset, you guys are having your storm right now. In fact, your warning just discontinued in Somerset. And these notice there's not a lot of lightning. So that, a lightning doesn't make a storm severe, but it's a clue as to what's going on in the storm. And so when you see a decrease in the amount of lightning, the storm is generally on the decrease. Now you compare that to the storm down in Wayne County, where that new warning was just issued till 4:15, and you see how things are changed. Williamsburg, technically you're not under a warning, but you are under the severe thunderstorm watch. So stay aware. You do have storms coming your way. It may not be severe, but they may still be strong. McGoffin County, you're fine. Knox County, you're technically under the warning, or the watch. You will have thunderstorms coming through, but at this point they don't look to be severe. Nicholasville, nothing. Nothing until maybe later on tonight. We definitely could still use more rain in and around Nicholasville, around most of central Kentucky. We could still use some more rain. Still raining pretty good back around Campbellsville and Lebanon, but that's not severe. Lexington, everything right now is going to be south, so nothing at least in the immediate future. But we are still in a pattern where we can still see these storms popping up, and nothing is heading toward Georgetown. And again, short term, and if nothing severe, even if storms do pop up this afternoon, these are not likely to be severe. London, Corbin, you've got garden variety storms coming your way now over Mount Vernon, around Roundstone. You've got storms that are sitting there as well. So these could have a 30, 40 mile per hour gust. The severe thunderstorm warning, again, this is the last of the warnings for now, and this may be, they may try and pull the London, that storm, they may try and redo it, but right now it doesn't show any signs of strengthening. But 4:15 for Pulaski, 4:15 for Wayne, 4:15 for McCreary, 4:15 for very southwestern edge of Whitley County. So those are the current warnings in place. But again, we're in a pattern where we could see more stuff develop later on tonight and tomorrow and even into Thursday. Lee County, you'll have garden variety stuff. You've got one shower there at the Lee Owsley County line. It blew your front door open. Okay. Again, that's probably a 40 mile, depending where you were. Depending where you were, it could have been a stronger gust. Alrighty. Scott County, again, nothing. Williamsburg, you got the storms coming your way. You're welcome, Gretchen. Elkhorn City, nope. You may have a garden variety storm, but there's nothing close And no warnings or watches out by you. Monticello, you've got the storm over you right now. Nicholasville again, we could even see a garden variety anytime in the next few hours. Is not probably going to happen. Lexington, same thing. Stanford, you've got the storm over you right now. It's got a little bit of an uptick to it. So again, for that storm over Stanford, you see the communities that'll be impacted here. Clear that off. Somerset, again, you've got the storm over you. Lexington, tomorrow there's going to be scattered storms around again, Jeff. So yeah, that's Danville. You've got just a garden variety storm moving away from you now. So just rain for the most part there in Danville with a lingering lightning and thunder. And the U.S. gymnastic ladies, that's why we're not on TV. Because they've been on live. In fact, they're showing the stats right now. I'm not giving anything away, so you have to watch tonight. Because I imagine that'll be on in prime time. Lawrenceburg, you guys are fine for the foreseeable future. So anything north of the Bluegrass Parkway, anything north of Highway 52 is fine. And really, again, the only warnings are the ones around Lake Cumberland and in the Cumberland Valley, the Cumberland Plateau. Manchester technically is under the severe thunderstorm watch. And truthfully, as I'm watching this particular, a couple of these are starting to try and tick up a little bit again. So I'm watching that little bit of an area right there, near the Pulaski-Laurel County line. That may try and do a little something. Right now, that would be a 40 mile per hour gust, more than likely, if it does anything. Excuse me. Real quick, we'll just check the velocities that are sitting here. We'll go over to Jackson's radar. Just checking that storm by Mount Vernon. Oh, let's see, get rid of that. Yeah, there's nothing here that particularly stands out. The storm has a weak rotation, so if you were in Grundy there, just along Highway 80 by Acorn, if you were looking at that cell, it might have a very broad, slow rotation to it. So for that particular cell, it's in the core of the storm. But Chapel coming up basically now. Some of the other communities over the next little bit that will be impacted by that. So that's the cell that's in Pulaski County. It's not severe at this point, but it has a broad rotation to it. So again, there's your warnings. And again, the storm that looks to be the strongest is still the one in the southeastern corner there of Wayne County. So Barrier, Burfield, some of the other communities, and this will be headed into McCreary County here in the next little bit. So that's your strongest storm, and it's pulling away from Monticello now. Well, again, that could have a 55, 60 mile per hour gust with it. And, strong storms are still ongoing here. Lincoln County, Rockcastle, Pulaski. They're strong right now, not severe. That could change because, again, we'll show you the severe thunderstorm watch. It'll take a second. There's some of the rainfall from the Kentucky Mesonet. Let me scrub that forward. So real quick, here's what's left of the watch. And truthfully, it extends back to the west, but Garrett, Lincoln, Pulaski, Rockcastle, Jackson, Clay, Laurel, I mentioned Pulaski already, Wayne, McCreary, Whitley, Knox, Bell. Those are the ones that still have to worry about this severe thunderstorm watch, and that's a severe thunderstorm watch until 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. So again, that's Garrett and Lincoln. You've got another half hour to have to worry about the watch. Rockcastle, same. Jackson County are under the watch, but again, give it a half hour, 45 minutes. Pulaski, Wayne, McCreary, Laurel, Whitley, Knox, Clay, and Bell. Watch until 9, but it'll be discontinued for our portions of the watch way before then. So that's the overall setup here. And again, just to remind you of the warnings one more time. Wayne, 4:15, Southern Pulaski, 4:15, McCreary, 4:15, and the very southwest sliver of Whitley until 4:15. So again, stay weather aware. Enjoy our Olympic coverage on LAX 18. And thanks for watching us here on Facebook. Let me pop over there real quick to see if there's anything else I needed to see. Ronnie, tell me where it's thundering. Mount Sterling, you're fine. Harrodsburg, you're in the clear now. Madison County, southern Madison County still might get clipped a little bit. It looks garden variety. Georgetown's fine. Woodstock, you've got a pretty strong storm nearby, so you're probably getting a lot of lightning and thunder. It's raining hard, but you'll get winds maybe 35, 40 miles an hour. Stanton's fine. Frankfort, fine. Winchester's fine. Menifee's fine. Harrodsburg, fine. Liberty, the storms have gone past you. Nicholasville's okay. Berea might get clipped here in the next little bit. Yeah, so there we are. We're caught up. Ish. Lincoln County, exactly. Strong storm. Let me pop back to the max tracker, get it exact. Doop. Okay, strongest storm is basically right over 150 and 27 there in Stanford. So again, you've got torrential rain likely ongoing. It extends out 150 toward Crab Orchard, and that storm will slide southeast. So that's going to slide right toward Broadhead and Mount Vernon. That's going to clip southern Garrett County as well, and that's what may eventually get close to Berea, but most likely headed toward Rockcastle. Corbin Williamsburg, you got storms on the way still. Corbin Williamsburg, same in London. Somerset had trees come down and limbs. Where exactly, Jessica? It's not a surprise, but which part of Somerset? Yeah, no, you got the hard rain there in Stanford D. And something's printing. Again, very Pavlovian here. Special statement, Jackson, Laurel, Rockcastle. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I see the thunderstorm wind damage. Okay, and that gets you all set up here. I'm going to have to actually, behind Southwestern High School. Thank you, Jessica. Okay, so that's on the southern flank there, near the bypass there, Somerset, where we had storm damage a little bit ago. So thank you again for your reports there. And there are your warnings. Pulaski, Wayne, McCreary, and sliver of Whitley until 4:15. Thanks for clicking here on the Facebook Live. We're enjoying bringing this to you. And with that, we've got to get ready for the TV stuff. And if you're in the Lexington area, we'll be on with Cruiser and Crew coming on at 4:40 on News Talk 590 WVLK 97.3 FM. It's the best 20 minutes of radio you'll have today. And again, we'll keep an eye on the rest of these storms. But again, low-end severe storms, but again, still can cause damage, still can cause problems. Be aware around Lake Cumberland. The rest of right now, these are garden variety, but they still could uptick with that severe thunderstorm watch in place. And again, anywhere north of what we're talking about here, we're talking southern Kentucky. So Lexington, I-64 corridor, Mountain Parkway, Bluegrass Parkway, those corridors, Highway 52, everything is fine for at least the foreseeable future. So thanks for clicking here and watching our live cast here with our Facebook here on LAX